Hi, welcome back to the channel, EGGY Fits. Alright, let's have a look at this. So we're going to replace these tiles because, as you can see, the previous fitter just went straight across there, didn't go back in, and it's left it absolutely ridiculous. So let's sort them out. They're fitted pretty well except for the cutting. So we've got a nice heat gun. Always good when you want to sort of reactivate the glue underneath. A bit of crackage there. And we got a molding lifter. They call it a molding lifter because it lifts moldings off. So we're going to pop this door bar up. Hopefully we'll take it slowly and we'll be able to basically put it back down. There we go, that one's up. Now it looks like the tiles are slightly short where they should be. They should be at the end of the ply for the door bar to sit on top. But it looks like the previous fitter just come off the doorway. So we laid the tiles off the doorway there. So we have to heat it up. We're going to give it, we're not going to melt it, but we're going to give it a nice bit of heat, and it will basically reactivate the glue underneath. High temperature adhesives are a lot harder to reactivate because obviously they're made to not react to heat. So we don't actually know what adhesive this is at the minute. So we'll get the molding lifter under, we'll give it a pull. And look, they hasn't glued right to the end of the tiles either, so we've left the glue back, but that looks like pressure sensitive adhesive. Yeah, there's no transfer there, but that's what you normally get with pressure sensitives. So luckily we dodged a bullet here. It wasn't put down with high temperature because this would have been a lot harder. So give it a good pull. I'm trying to pull it, sort of like bend it so it doesn't. So if you pull it straight up, just give it a yank, you're likely to rip the top layer of the ply off. Even though it's resin bonded ply, what you're trying to do is, so I as you can see, I bend it so it doesn't pull the ply top layer up. And you bend it and you're pulling it sort of sideways. Yeah, so we'll get the molding lifter under and just tease it up. A little bit more heat. There we go. That is really good glue. It does grab. If you don't have one of these molding lifters, they're well worth getting. I don't think they're that much.
Right, mate. Oh, you alright? Yeah, not bad.
There you go. It looks like he went underneath the actual architrave bit, but didn't actually cut around the door frame itself. So here's a new piece. And we're gonna back cut this around the frame to replace it. So we put another piece, another tile, which is the same width, over the top, and we can mark that piece where it's on that sort of grey tile there. So that grey bit of tile there. Let me go over. I'm going over there. There we go. Yeah. Now, yeah, the actual wood bit of the door frame. the sort of return. As you can see the return over there where it goes back, that's the bit he didn't cut out. Sorry about all the to and froing with the camera. It's hard to sort of capture it all in one sort of shot. Okay, because we can't put this full tile on top of the tile next to it, I'm just going to mark the difference of how far it needs to slide over. As you can see, so that tile needs to slide where you see that pencil mark to the end of the tile over that way, isn't it? So I'm going to mark it on a scrap piece of tile, that distance, and then I can use that scrap piece to mark the widths. Just checking it, making sure it's good, which it is. It does slip under that frame, so we mark it there. And obviously we mark it there where that outy bit of frame is, the back bit. So we're not just going to draw a straight line, we'll just do two little lines, and then we'll line them up, we'll put a straight edge across it. So because I can't get that front bit to the sort of recessy bit, I'm going to mark the opposite side of the spare tile, as you can see. Look, so now I've got the top bit and I can have it up in the air to mark the internal bit. So now I'm going to do dot to dot. Just draw all these lines on. I'm putting a bit of a curve on that. And those have got curves as well, so I'm just curving them off. Got a nice action shot here with the blade, but I kind of missed it a little bit there at the start. There we go, that's a bit better. As you can see, when I'm using my knife, I'm pivoting it on my thumb, so my thumb's on the floor, and it makes it a lot more stable. So you're not going to slip with the knife, and you've got more control. I like the small knives because they're just easier to handle. And that pressure sensitive wants to stick again, but we're not going to do that. We're going to put down fresh adhesive and maybe even fill a little bit of the ply, because there was some bits of the ply that flaked off. I'm just undercutting sort of like the backing where it protrudes further than the top layer. I call them the short and curlies. It's all cut. Let's see if it fits. Does it fit? Oh, like a glove. I think that's a pretty good job. There you go. all sorted. Now let's see what it looks like with the bar on. Here we go. So they put the bar back, put the carpet in, and now it's not short around that frame. Fits perfect. So if you like that video, I upload on a Friday, if I remember, or if I miss Friday's deadline, I'll upload on a Saturday every week. And if you like flooring videos or how-tos on other stuff, random bits and pieces, then consider subscribing. Thanks very much. See you in the next one.